Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our final session, and finally we conclude our speaker series with Dr. Rafidah Hod.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. So this is our final segment. So I've timed myself 15 minutes, 1-5, because I think we are all straight out already dah full dah ni. Okay, so the physiology of Islamic worship, health benefits that you can share. So as Muslims, we pray, it's become a ritual. So from the 5 prayers to fasting during Ramadan. But perhaps we can learn a bit from this sharing that what modern science tells us about these practices. We believe, kita beriman, we are confident in it, but perhaps these modern sciences, research and evidence can further enhance our iman. So Islam emphasizes both spiritual and physical well-being. We know that. The Quran mentions in creation science for those who reflect. So modern physiology as in, it's about the normal functions of the human body. So it allows us to understand the remarkable health benefits embedded in Islamic worship. So these benefits can be powerful tools for da'wah and personal motivation. So perhaps by the research findings from other researchers that is peer reviewed, we can share what they have learned from their research, and this further motivates us as well as those who we're trying to influence. So the challenge is that many Muslims, right, even the long born Muslims may not fully appreciate the scientific wisdom. Non-Muslims perhaps might view that these are just ritual practices, so they don't really understand the holistic benefits. So we are always health conscious. We seek wellness solutions outside of what perhaps a religion has already taught us. So we might look in other culture or other ways of this wellness. So perhaps there is a disconnect between spiritual practice and scientific understanding. So how can understanding of these benefits of Islamic worship can strengthen our faith, our iman, our health, and serve as effective da'wah tools? So I'll just share from this book. It's a book. My main reference is this, and it's a good book that they have compiled from their own research. So instead of being too academic research, they have made it into a book which more suitable for laymen. So from this book, most of these points that I'm going to share here, and also from other academic scholars. So it's a Salah is the perfect mind body exercise, because it's stated here that the benefits include regarding the heart rate. So we have several positions when we perform the Salah. So our heart rate actually goes down to its lowest point during sujud, so giving the heart the optimal rest. So if you're in, you can see this image here. It's from the book itself. So when you're in tahiyat, your heart rate is about 78. Sujud goes, that's the lowest, 73. And when you ruku, it's 81. And when you're qiyam or standing upright, it's 90. And they compared with the in resting state, so that's 75. So sujud is almost like resting when your the heart is your head is lower than your heart. So these prayer movements actually improve the blood circulation and reduce the blood flow resistance. So regular prayer practitioners actually show significantly better cardiovascular response than non-practitioners, because when they do this experiment, they have subjects, human subjects, and they have to continue and follow what the researchers have provided them. And another benefit is on talking about ruku'. So I think to get the best from this evidence, scientific research, to get the best benefit is we have to pray that our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I think from Ustad's talk and everything, they always advocate on the right way of performing our salah. So ruku at 90 degree, the spine angle will actually reduce the back pain and serves as therapy for back pain recovery. So to ensure that it's not too bent, too down, and not upright, but exactly the 90 degree. So the better you follow how the Prophet performs the salat, then you get the more benefits. So prayer functions as moderate physical exercise equivalent to stretching. And in this book also, they have they have compared between when you are putting the positions correctly as opposed to not. So prayer has positive effects on skeletal muscle development, and it can better than balance movement velocity and directional control. So what is the difference with the one, the top image? The what do we call it? The sole of the foot is not perfectly in touch with the floor, or dia panggil because if ustaz we always say that the perut jari tu kena dekat lantai tu kan, that is the mean, how do I say that in English, so then but looking at the image it is easier. So okay, so you really have to stretch it, and you can feel the difference yourself. So usually we can see in the congregation, we can see the males, many people are doing this. For the females, we can see because our feet are all inside our kain. Ya. But maknanya, but meaning that we also have to strive for this to actually get the optimal benefit. So that. And regarding apart from those cardiovascular, on this, they say that it will help to improve, to lower down the cholesterol, so there'll be less risk of stroke and heart attack. So these are some of the benefits when they measure. So brings calmness and increases mental alertness, prepares the mind for heavier mental tasks. So during Salah, we can have this benefit as well. So they did several research, and they did imaging. So they wanted to measure the cerebral blood flow during the intense Islamic prayer. So the subject has to be really khusyuk, to be deep deep focus. So the prayer affects the stress hormones, cortisol, alpha amylase, and bring them toward the optimal ranges. So in physiology, we're always striving for optimal range. So not too low, not too high, but there's some optimal range for our body to function normally. So other special benefits would be prayer movements that activate the pelvic floor muscles, so that can improve circulation, and body composition improvement. So body composition, they measure the water content in the cells, measure in terms of the conduction of the nerves. So there are, even to the cellular level, other researchers have also performed similar research. So to get that optimal conditions, to get the maximum benefit, to perform all 5 daily prayers, because one of the some of the subjects do not pray regularly for one of their research. So they do compare that as well. So that is why this is also put in their findings. Performing all 5 daily prayers consistently, praying in congregation when possible. We know this already because we've already been told. But so these are just scientific evidence to support that what we have been told many years ago. Understand the recitations will also get you maximum benefit, and maintain the proper posture, especially the 90-degree ruku and the tahiyat position shown earlier. So prayer it's well designed. It's designed for our daily wellness routine, because who gave it to us? Our own creator. So we just have to follow, and all this, even without all the scientific evidence, we have the faith that it is good for us. So now we have even more faith. So research proven metabolic benefits include it can actually reduce the blood glucose levels, decreased body fat composition, blood flow resistance. These are all good effects for our body. So enhance sleep quality as well. So this is from a different paper citation from this researcher. It can actually improve all this. So improve glycemic control would be very beneficial for diabetic patients, especially for them. Increase elasticity of blood vessel wall, so we can prevent perhaps hypertension, stroke, and its complications. Enhance overall metabolism rate, and even up to the cellular level. This is also seen with Ramadan fasting. So it's on the autophagy activation. Autophagy is our cells when it needs to be destroyed because it's like a self-cleansing thing. So there will be another cell that will eat up the old cell or the non-functioning cell. So it's good. So it's up to the cellular health benefits that we can actually obtain from prayer. Cellular cleaning and repair processes that help cells stay young, and also reduce inflammatory markers, including interleukin 6 and effects on stress-related gene expression. So this is from the article Islamic Brain Changes, Stress-Related Hormones and Genes. So when we look at other ibadah, so combined effect of Tarawih and fasting, so the nightly Tarawih prayers during Ramadan actually amplify the fasting benefits, creates a powerful combination of metabolic and physical exercise. So again, we have certain months that we have to fast. So all these have a scientifically backed evidence that it's good for us. So it's designed as an annual metabolic reset. You can look at it that way. And for wudu and hygiene practices, so there are basic hygiene benefits because we regularly hand wash and we cleanse our body parts and even nose. So mindfulness, transition, psychological preparation, and stress relief. So there are not that many. There should be more research on specific physiological benefits, but at least it is still in line with established health principles because of the hand washing and all that. So then we also have the social connection, Jumu'ah prayers, and community bonds. We have when we connect with others. It's also for mental health benefit because it involves the mindfulness practices. So prayer actually reduce stress, boost memory, and enhance focus when we do it properly, khushu and all that. So worship as social medicine in a way. So conclusion is that our Islamic worship practices are already designed for human physiology, and science already we already thought about this more than 1,500 years ago, and science only confirms it. So we're not doubting any of that, but this scientific evidence further make this faith stronger. So these benefits, we're so lucky that we're Muslims because it's accessible to us, every Muslim, and every day. If only we would follow all that we are supposed to do. So Allah created us. He is our creator, our designer. He knows to design the best. He knows what is best for us. So modern science simply helps us understand the profound wisdom already embedded in our worship. So actually, we don't have to ask what's a hikmah. We just follow. There's always a hikmah in whatever that we're told to do. So this is a book, and these are some of the references that from the peer-reviewed and authentic resources from the sharing that I just made. So yeah, that's it for our. Thank you so much. Okay, it's less than 15 minutes. Okay, from.
Just one question.
Yes.
I do remember last few years back, there's a researcher from UIA, they are doing research. They let some more respondents to do the praying, and there's a camera and the infrared they adjust to see how the inside of this respondent changes between when they're doing the prayer.
Infrared to measure
The heat of the
heat.
body.
Okay.
The camera to detect the
Oh, okay.
release. Yeah. So it does that book relate to that research?
Because for every chapter they do cite some several references, but I'm not sure if that is included here. Not sure, but the ones that the images is purely from these three researchers from So, but in their discussion they might cite. So I'm not sure if so the UIA researchers have to do their own book if they want to share their findings, which is good because otherwise it will only just be in the scientific database. It's very hard to assess and
How about you, your team?
Okay, Prof. Actually, I like this. I'm not doing any research on this because my research area is more on endocrine disrupting chemicals. But it does seem plausible for us to actually do. Just that we need to decide on what parameters we want to look at, like measuring heart rate and all that. Because in terms of mental health benefits, tomak ninah also gives good alpha waves. So we cannot make light of whatever that has been told. Kadang we forgot to tomak ninah and whatnot. But it's important, and because why? Because it benefits us. So that's why it's very important. So I mean, it's quite inspiring, interesting to look at other things as well from the solar prayer because solar and prayer they only managed to look at several positions. So there are many other areas not really studied yet or researched yet. Yeah, so it's possible to do that. This one was done by researchers from the biomedical engineering. So they are not medical based, but they do try to relate. So they do have some diagrams of the cell auto and all that lah. So it's really good for layman. It's boleh can understand better. Just that this is only available in Malay, I think, in BM only.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rafidah, for your nice
Short.
So my question is, in country that daytime is very long,
Uh-huh.
so our cortisol in morning will make us wake up, right?
Mm.
So, but our circadian rhythm is still required for us to sleep around 7 to 8 hours. So do these two systems will conflict each other? Because one of my friends in Japan asking why I have to wake up for 3 a.m. for morning prayer since we already got back so late from 12.
Yeah,
So how can I convince my friends or explain?
I I don't have the actual because thinking of that, because you can also question about people who live in the Arctic and right in anywhere. So it's not the same amount of time, but I'm sure there is a hikmah to it, or there is an explanation to it, just that we have not found one yet, concrete scientific one.
But for our body, is it there is something conflict between this circadian rhythm as well as
we have to study or find research. We have done this study. I do not know, but perhaps we can do like the melatonin level for those people in these areas. But because it's we are all over the place in 4 season countries or in Arctic and all that. So I'm not sure. There must be some adaptation going on, which has to be studied properly other than just observation and claims. Because for instance, I'm sure there must be changes, but the changes perhaps might be compensated by other changes as well. What I mean is like for free divers of this aborigines of Indonesian, I forgot, they can actually free dive, so their lungs are adjusted to it. And like people who live in the Andes, right, they have a higher red blood cell count because of their high altitude, so they adapted to different conditions. But looking at Japan, it's 4 seasons, so you're not always in that time based all year round. So I can't say for sure. I have to do research to back it up. But I'm sure there will. Hikmah is always there. It's just that we do not know for sure. Thank you. Dah lah, balik. Alright. Speaker yang saya balik. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Rafidah. Alhamdulillah, we have come to the end of today's program. On behalf of Japan Dawah Center, we thank each and every one of you for your participation, especially our guest speaker who traveled to share their wisdom. May today's knowledge be a source of guidance, healing, and also strength in our daily life. And may we continue striving for the technological excellence and spiritual wellness. uh, Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Instagram japan.dakwah.center.v2 and stay connected for more enriching event. Ladies and gentlemen, that conclude our session for today. We would like to inform you that the talk will continue tomorrow, and we look forward to your participation once again. Before you leave, we kindly invite everyone to stay for a group photo. Please make your way to the design photo